All right, 11:30 on the Friday, December 2nd. Um, so today was trickier day than yesterday. Uh, Not really. If you use the breakout box from Blue Wave Trading, it was an easy day. If you went for the kind of profits I recommend, uh, if you did not use the box, um, or you were not awake in time, it could have been a tricky day. So I want to go over it. So um, we had yesterday 10 p.m. Nasdaq was a buy 12,052 or a sell 11,997, and then oil a buy 8207 or a sell at 8060. So um, let's start from the beginning. So the Nasdaq first triggered early, right before 5 p.m., 5:52, and went up to as high as like 61. Again, if you had the breakout box on, you would have gotten filled with your $100 to $150 target. You would have waken up, so you filled your target for the day, shut the machine, and go back to bed, or read a book, or visit family, or whatever you want to do, but you would not be in front of the machine anymore. Um, but let's say you weren't using the box, you weren't awake. Next opportunity as price dips below and comes back up again early, right around 5:40, 5:30. And again, if you were going for 5 to 7 points, as I recommend, it would have been filled over here. Again, let's say it was too early for you, you were still sleeping, price goes below the trigger, comes up, and then right around 7:30. Now, really, at this point, um, you should have been awake, I imagine, but maybe you guys are in a different time zone. I get it. Um, if you were awake right before the news, so there was a major non-farm payroll announcement at 8:30. And again, if you would have gotten filled on the long side, not too much of heat. So the low looks like it was 46. So maybe 6 points of heat, no big deal. And again, went up like 15 points here. And then, yeah, so now we're getting ready for the announcement. Price goes below the trigger. Um, and then, of course, some prop firms don't allow to trade the news. Some do. Some people don't like to trade the news. I get it. It's okay if you were not um, ready to trade at the news announcement. Things can get very volatile. I get it. No criticism. So the move at 8:30, well, I would say the short side triggered at 997 and went down 200 points plus. 200 points plus. So um, I'm going to assume you were not in this move. I actually was, but that's not for everyone. I understand. I get it. Uh, by the way, when I do trade this, it's very small. I'm just doing one contract, one standard E-mini. That's it. Um, but and I did not catch the full move. I have a phone call, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so where was it? Right. So there was this huge move down, and actually here, what surprised me is that, see, the next below 820. So 820, done. 820. I mentioned here the 820. Um, the level below this was 720, and even though they came down to 44, I would not say, even with this volatility, 44 does not satisfy 20. That's just too much. I was expecting it to actually come and try and retest that 720. Um, and what I said was, hold on here, but again, for advanced traders only, is that when price comes to 820, you can try and create a box and short it. And I did get an email from some people saying they've done that and they got their profit from when price, retested 820, so right around here. First it came up here, uh, then came down. Again, they were looking for just a few points. And then again, a nice move down below 800 from that 820. But even though 820 temporarily, this area of 820 temporarily was resistance, price kind of consolidated around it. And I think I was talking about it in the first video here, is that when price gets to a completion area, it does one of three things. It either gets completely rejected, it consolidates around it, or very rarely, now it does happen when there was a news, it goes right through it. So in this case, there was a news and they went right through it. But here's the interesting thing, because we actually skipped through two zones, right? Let me bring this up again. Where was it? Yeah, so the 898 and the 820. Now, here is what very often happens if price goes through a zone, like a hot knife through butter, like it's not even there. It really only happens when there is some major news like this, right? Very often what they do is they say, oh, wait a minute, we got to go back up and check it again. It's like it's as if they just went too far and now they got to come back up, in this case, come back up and say, wait, do we really mean that we don't want to deal with 820? Or do we really mean it that we don't want to deal with 898? So what happened was they came back up to 820, and then I said that as we were consolidating around 820, I said expecting a move to either 723, which is that zone below, which only 744 was the low, or they're gonna indeed go back up to that 898 and really kind of retest it and ask, do we really want to go below it? Because this move completely ignored two um, to price completions areas, which is um, unusual only in the sense that it happened, but not unusual when there was a major news announcement. So in this case, the major news announcement. Um, so when they were consolidating here around at 820, and I don't know if I did it in time, but I said create a box around the 820 area, not too wide, and expect to either price go to 898 or 723. So again, I don't know how many of you have caught that, because after I sent it, they really did not come down to 820. They were above it, maybe like 830, 831. So depending on the kind of box you drew, I don't know if you caught that move, because then they just came right back up, right to 898, and then consolidated around the 898 for a while. So definitely a tricky day. Here's what I can say. It's okay if you took no trades and you came out with a zero for today, at least for the NASDAQ trade. I get it. Maybe it was too early to take the long trades, or you did not want to take a long trade because a major news announcement was coming. It's okay if you did not want to trade the news, so you missed out on a short. It's okay if you just either hesitated or whatever the reason is, and you did not take the initial short I was talking about from 820 that will give you over 20 points. Again, all that is okay. And it's even okay if you were just too late with your box and you missed the move up to 898. If you missed everything and you ended up with zero for today, it's fine. There is, I know it's frustrating, but there is nothing wrong with missing trades. You had a plan, it did not quite work out, you couldn't catch a trade, and it's a zero for today, and it's fine. But I do want to hear from people if today was actually a negative day for you, because although it's okay to have a zero day, it's not okay to have a negative day because there were plenty of opportunities for a profit. And if you did not participate, that's fine. If price did not come to you quite low enough for you to take along, when I said to draw a box around day 20 to go to 898 or 723, if your box just wasn't quite in the right place, price did not come to you, and there was no trade, that's fine. But I am concerned if it was a negative day. All right, so please, I really want to know from all of you. This was a tricky day. I am the first one to say that it for sure was a tricky day. But I need to know. It's very important for me, just for future planning, to know how you guys did today. So this was the Nasdaq. And by the way, let me just start watching how price behaves around um, price completion areas. Um, this 898 did produce a rejection and then came right back to it. And then it stayed kind of around up and down, right around this 898. Look at this low of 95 and back out. Um, there was another test. Yeah, it looks like another test of 98 and again out. So in time, even without me saying anything, you will learn that you can create a box around a price completion. And again, you can get a few points out of it. Am I saying you can get 100 points out of it? No, I mean it's possible, but that's not the approach I am trying to accomplish. I guess here, $100 to $150, small and consistent. Uh, you will find that around these areas you could create a box and price either get support. In this case, definitely got support, or gets rejected. I want to show oil. I think oil was an important trade today if any of you took it. And then something really important. So just give me 1 minute to bring up the oil chart. All right, so the oil chart. So oil triggered on the long side slightly after 8 o'clock at 82.07 and went up to 82.21. So again, when it comes to oil, with the kind of profits I'm talking about, 10 to 15 ticks, this would have been a one trade and done. If you did not participate in this, then there was a short trade. It went from 80.60, the short area triggered 80.60 down to like 30, so definitely enough to get again $100 to $150. But I'm gonna bring this point now. So then it came up again, and now this time, both this trade and this trade probably yes would have been losing trades. So um, again, I'm just trying to, if you are using a breakout box, it just makes it so much easier because then you're filled with your target. The other trader gets disabled upon the completion of daily profit target, and that's it. So you would have not taken the short, you would not taken these two losing trades long, and you would have been done. You know, it's just that it takes this sometimes so many things like greed or discipline issues away from us because target is filled, made your money, and you're done, and you walk away. Um, if you were not happy with this, and then you were not happy with the short, these two would have been losing trades, no question. And then you would be down for the day. So I would, again, love to hear from many of you. It's very important. If if you are in a negative for today, I really it would help me if you told me about it, and I think it would help others as well. All right, now I want to bring up a point Very important point. So got an email from one of the people who signed up for this, a good trader, and he said, "Well, my plan is I want to trade three contracts, one targeting 150, one targeting the second targeting 300, the third targeting 500. So basically, almost 1,000 for the day. The problem, though, this trader says, if I put my stop below a recent swing, if I take a loss, it would be obviously a substantial loss on three contracts. Um, how do I avoid it? So I just want to be clear. There is no avoiding it. There is no avoiding losing trades. Um, if you watched me on Blue Wave, I actually said that the way I used the breakout box there, my winning percentage is barely at 50%. It's just that the winning trades are much bigger than the losing trades, so I'm still able to make money. But if you are counting on high win percentage, and let me tell you, if you are trading three, first of all, if you are trading three contracts based on the methodology that I showed on that channel, you have at least $9,000 available in drawdown. But also remember, I calculated this 9,000 based on the fact that you are creating a box really no more than 10 points, 10 NASDAQ points in width, or $200 per contract. It could be slightly more, but not a lot more. But if your stops are below swings, pivots, then I'm willing to bet it's a lot more than 10 points. You, again, I don't know your situation, but I would say in this situation, you would get probably close to $20,000 available in drawdown to be able to withstand losing trades. You will have losing trades, guaranteed. Um, you could have a few consecutive losing trades. Well, for example, right here, right? If you did not take this long, if you did not take the short, these two would have been two losing trades. And at this point, it's getting kind of late in the day, so I wouldn't even want to trade anymore. So please do not over leverage. The number one mistake traders make, and the reason they fail all these funded accounts, and the reason they blow their own accounts, they are over leveraging. It is rare for me to trade three contracts, and all my funded accounts have more than $10,000 available in drawdown. There is no need to trade three contracts. Really. Um, Instead of doing that, have more funded accounts or just have a bigger, your own account, your own, if you can trade your own money. Uh, but don't over leverage. Don't do that. It is a recipe for just just blowing up your account. It's Please do not over leverage. Don't assume you're gonna have a high winning rate. There will be losing trades. Anyone who tells you they have a methodology that hardly has any losing trades at all, well, they might say that, but then maybe the losing trade is so tremendous that it takes away all the profits. Um, I'm telling you that what I do will make you profitable, but you gotta go small. Do not over leverage. Um, so the way my week is that, and I said that on the other channel. Monday, it takes me. I cannot really make videos until I fulfill some other trading responsibilities that I have, like private equity money. Um, so for the most part, it takes me until late Wednesday to achieve that weekly profit target for them before I can get to my stuff. So there will still be via Telegram. There will still be trading numbers. Um, I'm just not sure if I can make a video every day. I get pretty busy. I don't know if I can make a video every day or do what I did today. Kind of try to walk you through the day on Telegram. This I probably will not be able to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I should be able to do it on Thursday. So please leave your comments. Please let me know how you have done today. I'm especially interested in traders who had a losing day. Really want to hear from you. Um, Otherwise, that's it, guys. Enjoy your weekend.